Is this how I do it? Face cam. Oh, yeah. Time to adjust the camera. Hello Zero. I'm getting booped. Hello Anya. Hello AZ. Hello XC13. Hello. Voices from beyond. Yes. How is the volume of the music? When I'm in control, it sometimes gets out of control. What is dangling from my beard? Fuzz. I'm covered in fuzz right now. I was doing a bunch of... What? What was I saying? I got really distracted by Oberon's band's message. Oh, Uzumaki, yeah. I was saying something, but oh yeah, I was sewing right before this. And I sliced my fingy. I wasn't paying attention. I cut my finger instead of thread, and it hurt. And I'm a baby about it, so it probably didn't hurt that bad, but it hurt. Okay. It's got sensitive little fingies. I don't like blood, even if it's like not even a droplet of it. It's too much blood for me. Yeah, I'm making little hammocks for my mice. So we don't have a lot of long forms today. We only have 2, so we're either gonna quit after this or we're gonna continue and do a normal stream after. I don't know. It all depends on you guys and us guys and how us guys decide to do things here, you know? Does that make sense? Probably not. But who is texting me? I hope it's not I hope it's not
It's your mom. She wants us to go walking in the park with the dogs so they can see the Christmas lights.
I think Menica would be terrified of this.
It's still very cute of an idea.
It is a good idea. Fingy supremacy. Anyways, sorry. So yeah, I'm gonna start with AZ today because the other person is not here, and I will pass it off to Ursula after that because theirs also has pictures involved. I'm ill prepared, okay? I just hear because I don't write scripts, just introduce characters, expo dump, conflict the end. AZ is like always our beginner. AZ. Right. I read this twice just to make sure I got it all in my brain. Because the first time I was a little distracted by something, I forget what. And the second time I kept sewing things on wrong and having to undo all the stitches, and then I cut my finger. But we lived. So we got this. Happy Thanksgivings. Do you guys celebrate? No, because we're Canadian. We already did that. Okay. How do you give a critique? Happy Thanks, Ursula. She has a microphone. I don't know.
Happy think.
You can bring it closer.
I know. I'm just lazy.
I have a very lazy spot I sit in. Oh my god, I'm too chill. I'm too chill for this. I'm sorry, AZ. Right. How critique is mystery, right?
Could never, ever do.
It's good. I liked it.
That's my favorite critique.
it was nice getting back to the main story. I appreciate that. I think we were getting back into it before. I am clearly like it's hard reading one month at a time, but yeah, it's good to get back to the main storyline. It had some nice building of conflict. I like the conflict that is being set up here. I like yeah, this is the first back to the main story after the big flashback. Okay, yeah. Is Matica grumbling?
Matica's just groaning in the
Okay.
background.
I wasn't sure what that was. But yeah, like I like the conflict that's being set up with Sarah, kind of instigating that in like Dez's mind, and it all makes sense. Like it all fits together. Yeah, I think it was some good. I think it's a good idea for her character motivation, and I think it also speaks to kind of like not necessarily theme, but I guess the subject matter of the story, which I guess is kind of theme. I don't know, but it definitely relates to the story in a very good way. Some juicy conflict flows very naturally. Yeah, it's definitely very realistic. It says things that I think are good to say. Yeah, and it definitely plays into the main plot. And I like how everything is building together. Yeah. And individually, I like all of the scenes. And there's like a section where you note that like I think there's like a note. Oh, I agree with the maybe Gil laughing at himself. Like I think there is that room for that growth, especially between him and Dez. And there's like a lot of like I can buy that he's more comfortable and has made progress in those regards. Oh, and then there was another show. I think Dez's reason to back off here is clear. I think the reasoning is really clear. I was worried about Gil getting angry, being potentially forced or awkward. I don't think so. I think Dez's Dez wanting to back off makes sense. I think that Gil's upset about this also makes sense. Like I think it was all very clear to me. Because it is kind of out of the blue, and it does kind of speak to Dez as a character too, where I don't know what it is, but like I feel like like I guess the read that I sort of get from this is that like I guess my read is that Dez is like listening to Sarah, and I feel like it's not just listening to Sarah. It definitely has like his own character flaw kind of coming in and almost using Sarah's thoughts as a way to like make distance, because that seems to be something he does. So I feel like that all comes together very strong. I just think there's some really scene to scene maybe pacing that I'm having like an issue. I want to feel like it's a sudden roadblock, but in a realistic way. I think what I am having trouble with is maybe the really like suddenness of Dez's mood change just within that one particular scene, because I like them going together and it's all very cute and romantic, and I don't see how that leads into Dez's like change, like Dez's like thought like shift. Like I feel like that was like a bit abrupt. I kind of pants the chapter. Yeah, like I just feel like I think it's just because like it's such a romantic scene and like just based on Dez, I feel like he tends to kind of get swept up in the moment here. So it feels weird for him to actually have the reflection. I just think it just needs to there just needs to be some sort of shifting of the scenes around. I need to build up doubt more in Dez's mind before he backs off. Yeah, I think it just needs to be like you can either have him mull it a bit more, or you could have him almost mull it all a bit less. I don't know if this makes sense, but like if you were to maybe shift the romantic scene to happen before the interaction with Des and Sarah, so you could still have the romance kind of scene and really show that they're like there's like more to it, and which is definitely the case, and then maybe move into Sarah's opinion and maybe then move into like right off of like the conversation from Sarah, the next interaction with Gil can go straight into, or at least be a little more, yeah, like a little more closely, closely linked, just because it's like a really hard swoop from going super romantic to like the crash. Yeah, I think that would help the issue, because I like all of the scenes. It's just the build is a bit odd. Yeah, I think that was my main thoughts. Like I like the individual scenes with the cohesiveness. Yeah, definitely. I think that's like in general, like what you're gonna have to do is shifting around the scenes to get the pace right, because you have a lot of very good scenes just in general, and it's a lot of like sitting down. Bandicoot? What?
So you said crash.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense. Do you have any questions? It's good. It's nice when the things you think are the things other people think.
Yeah.
Really helps
It does.
solidify it in your head, doesn't it? Nope. Okay. Cool. I'll move to Nat. Is it Nat?
Yep.
Yeah, Nats submission. There are too many Nats in my life. I'm sorry. Gonna have to.
Sorry, one of you is gonna have to change your name.
I have at least 4, I think. So, yeah. And you all are writers too, so it's like literally impossible for me. There's 2 Nats in my NaNoWriMo group, and I think there's 2 on the server. No, maybe it's just 3 of you. I don't know. Right. Okay. So. I think I like your character. I like the characters. I like the dynamics. Like, I can definitely tell that these are characters that I don't know. Like, you can definitely tell like their what's the chemistry? Yeah, I was gonna say synergy. They have synergy, but like they all kind of work together, and they all have very strong kind of personalities. They have such like, what is they have like such like, Cartoon Network Friends vibes. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like I can see like on like an animated show, like that kind of genre. Like I can see them. They have like that kind of character going on. I think they're neat. And you definitely have like a very interesting world going on, and I like seeing you kind of get into like some action and stuff. Yeah. I think I found the pacing to be a bit fast. And I'm not sure about like as far as like story progression, like if you think of like the giant arc that is your whole story, I don't know if that's too fast, but I find that your scenes connect in a very abrupt sort of way that's hard to follow. And I think maybe part of what's making them feel so abrupt is there's a lot of I think in every scene, most of the dialogue is relating to world building. Like you do character building in the way that like people like talk and interact, but like the content of what's said, I don't know how to explain this, but the content is very world buildy, or even just like, I guess there's just a lot of information. It may not always be about the world, but there's like a lot of new information like every time the characters are talking is something I kind of took note of. And I think the amount of it and the fact that like there's like a new thing like every time, and like a lot of new information in every single scene, it feels very fast. It kind of feels like reading a textbook at like 20 times speed, where you're just getting like a bunch of facts really thrown at you. I'm checking if Ursula agrees with me, but that feels like very fast and like overwhelming. It's an it's an interesting way of having like a world. it's an interesting way of having like a world building like info dump problem because it's fun to read, but I'm not like absorbing it. Like it doesn't feel like I'm reading a textbook. It feels like a textbook is flashing at me very fast while fun characters like interact. So it's not like it's not a slog. It's like just very, very quick. And I guess to fix that, I'm not sure. Like, I guess you need to slow down a bit. I feel like Ursula can help a lot because I feel like a lot of the issue might come down to like paneling and stuff or something, but I don't really know about that as much. Yeah, I found some things kind of confusing to follow, but I don't know. It's like when the griffin kind of shows up. Is it like a griffin? I don't know. It's like a griffin. Like they're just chatting and um they're talking a bunch about like their struggles. And there's a kind of it follows like into like almost I guess kind of like an info dump of just like there were 24 competitors total, you beat us all, like very like that's a very big point I guess to bring up, and it gets brought up, and immediately as that's getting brought up we hard smash into an action type scene while they all kind of just chat while this is occurring. Like, I don't really know. They say a lot of words. It's just a lot. And I think, like, some things are just really important. And I think, like, talking, like, digging into, like, is it Ayla? The main character? With the pointy nose, the triangle nose. Yeah, like I think that kind of big information about her should be given more space. Yeah. And I guess more scene sequel in general. And let the story breathe. I feel like I'm just rambling at this point. You can ask me after the stream about that. How do you write important exposition dialogue without making it boring? I mean, you have it like written in like in this case, like you write it in a fun way and you have the characters deliver it in a fun kind of way, but it also has to feel relevant, you know? And there has to almost be like a payoff for learning. You gotta give your reader like, oh, I know that fact. I'm learning things and following the story, and it feels good to do that. How do you write a trilogy that doesn't suck? We'll have to answer that later, maybe. I think I'm gonna let Ursula talk about the art now for this.
Are so low down.
I'm low down.
I can't handle this short boy.
I'm a low down cowboy.
This tiny king. Alright.
Low down, hold down.
Excuse me. Alrighty.
The ultimate showdown.
Does anyone remember that animation?
Mr.
us
Rogers
old
in a
folks.
blood-stained sweater.
Man, I remember loving that in high school. Or middle school? When did that happen? When
Middle
did that
school.
come out? Middle school, yeah. All right. Here we go. Okay. So Nat, who I don't think is here. Yeah. Okay, Nat.
See, I let you on the couch.
So I know you're not mean to our dog. You actually let her on the couch. Okay. So looking through the art, I know that a previous note I had was like switching up camera angles and panel sizes, I think. I might be mixing that one up, but anyways, you've done a good job with doing lots of variety between pages. I think you've made a lot of cool creative choices with how things are framed and how you're doing transitions. Like, I really like, you did a lot of interesting stuff with like plants and stuff and elements coming in like the corners of panels, and kind of building up like visuals that are coming your way. So like I noticed it here where they transition from the gondola or whatever they're in, and you've got some like plants growing up in the corner as you transition to them in the picnic park place. I also noticed it here where you've got these little herb plant guys poking up. And when I first saw it, I was like, what is that? Like, why are we doing this? But I love how later, when she's fighting the griffin thing, she picks up that plant and like uses it with her magic. And I was like, oh, neat. I think you did a really good job with like foreshadowing things and like, not foreshadowing, I guess, like setting things up and then using them later in very subtle ways, which was neat. I'd say with that particular example, with her picking up like the little plant, I'd maybe add a panel here. It's hard because I worry you'd break the flow that's happening on this page, but just something showing her sitting next to that earlier panel, like just showing like a parallel of her seeing those plants in that spot so they can go like, oh, okay, those are the same plants. Because I had to double check. I was like, wait, are those plants the same shape? Is that the same one? So yeah, so you're doing a good job with like setting it up. I think that one in particular just needs like a little panel showing her picking up the plant in its location that we saw before. I also really liked the feather coming down in the previous page, and then she grabs it and is like, oh, look, a feather, you never see one of those, and then it appears immediately. I think this is very nitpicky, but the feather she's holding is hidden by your typography here with the sound effect of the screeching, so I'd move that down so you can see the important thing she's holding, the feather. I think the action stuff was very fun. It was easy to follow. And I think visually you did a really good job with the magic. Especially because we see like two examples of it, like one after the other, where we see her like fighting with the vines, and then we see her after when she has like the glove and she grabs the staff from the tree. So I think we're getting like a better idea visually of how the magic works. I do agree with Bones that there's some like world building stuff that happens very quickly. Yeah, where it felt like a lot of information very quickly. So I'd love to have, I guess, more visual telling of how the magic works, the way you did with the like this fight with the griffin. Where like I didn't realize there was a difference between like the druid magic and the magic that the main character uses. Yeah, I think we just need to see more examples of how they're different, or see more examples of them like in use. Just from the examples I saw, I didn't realize there was a difference between them all. without reading the text. So yeah, so I'd recommend finding ways to show the differences visually as well, because you do a good job when you are doing the visuals. I just want to see more of it. Yeah. But yeah, you did some other cool paneling stuff. You've done this with previous chapters too, but I really like when you have like computer screens and notes and calls and stuff happening on like as their own panel. I think you do a really cool job integrating what would be the word? Like incorporating screens and writing and all that stuff into panels without it all being like looking over someone's shoulder as they hold a thing in their hand. And you can read it then. So yeah, I think you do a really good job with that stuff. There were some other like tiny little nitpicks I had. I'm not sure if you'd find them helpful. But like there were a couple things like panel to panel. Trying to find it here. There was one section where it felt like, oh, it's this page right here. It feels like the unicorn girl, I'm sorry, I cannot remember her name. But anyways, she feels like scaled down a little bit too much compared to the main character. Whereas like in the opening panel, they look similar sized, and then she feels smaller in the following panels. There's a couple little things like that to maybe just like check up on throughout your panels to make sure everything's like in proportion. But this feels like very minor stuff that no one will notice. So if you're like, I don't want to fix it, I wouldn't blame you. Yeah.
Did we do it already?
I guess.
Wow.
Did it all in a
guys.
half an hour.
Yeah.
Oh, one more thing. I really love the opening panel with the gondola, where the trees are rectangle and it's all rectangle and they're framing it really nice. And that's like chef kiss, a really great opening shot. And I found the panel at the end of this like section where they're in the park, where it shows them leaving on the gondola. It didn't feel quite as finessed as this one, and I think you've got an opportunity to do this kind of composition again. Anyways, that's it. That's all I got. Yeah. We did it. We did it in half an hour.
Yeah.
Dang.
So on Saturday we're doing the short forms, because
Yes.
there's not many of them either.
Well, people still have a day.
Yeah, that's true.
They might flood in. If you would like,
It's now or never, guys.
if you would like your illustrations looked at, you can join our Patreon at the $8 tier. If you want your scripts looked at or your comic pages looked at, you can join our Patreon and we'll look at it next time.
Yeah. We're tough.
Yeah, we're such tough critiquers, as you can see.
So are we just gonna hang out for half an hour, or are we done?
I don't know. Do
you guys want to hang out with us, or do you want us to leave?
are you?
If you want us to leave, you just stay,
let us
so
know. You
we'll,
say get out.
we'll get out of your ears.
Yeah. It's weird. The thing is, like, this does kind of happen at the end of the year where people are busy with holidays.
Yep.
So there's not as many submissions, and then it picks up a lot in January, and when everyone's back on the productivity train.
I want to see your watercolor.
My watercolor,
I want to see it.
like in person.
Yeah, I've never seen it before.
Okay.
It's beautiful.
Do you want to sit here while I go get it?
I'm gonna sit here, okay? Just put a cat in the chair. It'll be
my
okay.
God. Okay.
No one's here. We're fine.
Nobody's here.
Okay.
No one will see this.
Yeah. Hi guys, it's me, Bones McKay. You might know me from my YouTube channel. How's everyone doing today? Doku. I've returned. Ursula's leaving, but I'm staying here. We have a cat friend. Okay. He's streaming. He's a streamer. Hi guys, I'm Lear. I'm a cat. I'm small. Got little leggies. Hello. Oh, he's so cute. Cat doesn't mind it's been relocated. What are you doing here? He's so little. Fluff ball. Oh, tail flick. Angie. He's not really an attacker. He's a lover, not a fighter. I just want to see her art.
Wanna see my art?
Yeah, she's been doing secrets.
Secret art.
She's been doing secret YouTuber shenanigans.
YouTuber shenanigans. Hi, everybody. Okay, so I've been learning how to watercolor because for Avo,
The books of,
which is Bones' novel, there's going to be illustrations in it. You've probably seen our character designs and stuff that we've done.
and the illustrations.
And the illustrations that I've worked on streams. So the illustrations are going to be watercolored, and I don't really know how to watercolor. So I've been looking at tutorials on YouTube from lots of lovely creators. And practicing, and I'm not very good yet, but I'm getting better. It definitely helps to learn the fundamentals of watercolor again, because I did a class back in high school where I learned the basics, but it's been so long that I've forgotten it all. So on my first kind of day trying to get back into it, this was like a practice where like I kept trying to get really dark colors, but I couldn't really. Like the eye here, that took like a lot of layering to get the darker blue in it. And I was finding mixing colors really hard. And I was like, I don't understand how I'm supposed to get like darker colors. Turns out I
Don't know how to paint.
I was not using any pigment. That was the problem. Cause like Bones got me some lovely Winsor Newton like tube watercolor paints. So I was using them. You're basically
breathing a lot into the mic.
Sorry.
In a weird way. I don't know. It's just I don't know. I'm sorry. Don't breathe.
Quit breathing. So I did some... Right, so I was either using them as, like, basically like a wet cream, like a paint, where it wasn't really watercolor, or I was using, like, such a, like, tiny amount of paint compared to my water that, like, the pigment was really washed out, so I wasn't getting any dark colors, and I was like, I don't get it. Do I have to layer it a million times? Like, I don't understand. So I also tried doing this. This is another one where I was like, I'll try drawing from life and do some flower watercolors. And, like, it's kind of hard to see. All the black is ink. It's not watercolor. It's hard to see. But, like, took a lot of layering. It's very washed out. It's not great. It's very... You can see a lot of, like, edges from too much water and stuff. I was like, bleh, this looks stinky.
I agree. It's stinky.
It's stinky.
Complete garbage.
Totally. So, yeah. So that was my problem. Not using enough pigment. So I finally went and looked at some tutorials. I basically created little, like, watercolor cakes using my, my palette. So I put a lot of the wet, watercolor paint into the palette and then let it dry overnight. And now I'm using them like cakes, so I'm getting a lot richer pigment, and I can control the water a lot easier because it's not just like a pool of water I'm dipping into. Keep it up, you'll get better. Thank you, Valerie. I hope so. So after learning, like, following a tutorial, I think it was by Jen Rainey, who does a bunch of watercolor tutorials on here. I followed a little course she did. So it's upside down. So I learned how to get richer pigments. I did some little leaves, learned some brushstroke techniques.
Ooh, that looks pretty.
Yeah.
Medica, can you not sit on my microphone stand?
So these, like, weird dot things was trying to, like, blend different colors. So you'd, like, make a circle and then kind of brush it up against another circle, and the pigments kind of, like, wash together. And then the leaves were to teach different strokes and stuff. So yeah, very fun.
You had a stroke.
Yeah, stroke of genius. And then I made a little holiday wreath.
Which apparently looks like it's covered in blood.
Yeah, I showed it to our patrons, and they said, or PK said, that it looked like I had a nosebleed on it, which it kind of does. But I was trying to get, like, different...
I think it's because it's such a warm red.
Yeah, and I made it, like, I made the dots look kind of uncontrolled.
Yeah.
So they don't look super intentional. It does kind of look like I got a blood splatter on it. But I love, like, right here where it kind of bled into the leaf. I think that stuff's so cool.
Yeah.
That's, like, what makes watercolor so special.
You're like, oh, the colors need to bleed together, and you splashed blood on it.
And then I'm trying to figure out, like, doing washes and stuff. So I think part of it had too much water. So I got some weird kind of hard lines, especially, like, in the yellowy stuff. Is
watercolor wet pastel? I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know enough about pastel.
My mom's watercolor is so tight.
She's yeah. Because some people do, like, very kind of gestural stuff.
Impressionists.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so cute. Just put it on the printer. Okay. I'll look at it later.
Look at it later.
I was just trying to get you into talking.
Oh, it worked.
It did.
So,
it
yeah,
did.
It's been my journey with watercolor so far.
Yeah.
How long have you and Gray? Hi, I'm Gray. I'm Ursula Gray. That's Bones McKay.
Yeah.
We've been doing YouTube. Well, Bones had the channel for, like, a long time, and he did some videos.
Yeah, I did Final Fantasy AMVs.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're AMVs, if
story.
they're Final Fantasy, but that's what we called them.
Mm-hmm.
I used to do MCR Final Fantasy MVs, but it was really annoying because anytime you had MCR on YouTube would mute it because it was really hard to have music back in the day on your YouTube.
Yep. Oh, that's okay, Valerie. You're good. Lots of people make that mistake. But yeah, but then in 2018, I think we kind of started doing it regularly, working on the channel.
Before that, I also did comic reviews and stuff.
Yeah, and you did some talks about webcomics.
Mm-hmm. And eventually, it all came together.
Yeah.
I was looking at our stats. We're not doing any worse than we used to.
No, it's all
No.
the same.
We just randomly will have spikes. That's all. We're just pretty consistent as far as YouTubers go.
We're coasting.
We're
you
just
know?
vibing,
We're
yeah.
just vibing.
Yeah, we're literally just vibing.
I hope everyone's doing well tonight.
Someone was asking about how to make a trilogy not stinky, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's the same way you make anything not stinky. Just write it good. Like,
Just be good for it.
I guess don't stretch anything into a trilogy that doesn't need to be, you know?
Yeah. Bones, how do you tell if it will work as a trilogy? Or do you just have to feel it out?
Yeah, just feel it out.
Okay.
I'm sorry. You just gotta get good, scrub.
You gotta write a crappy trilogy, and then you'll learn from your mistakes and make a good one next time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Or you write something and it just keeps going. And then it's like, trilogy time. Oh, sorry. Trilogies are nice because it's very clearly delineated of beginning, middle, and end.
She left.
Oh, Malty.
Yeah, true.
Hey, Malty.
I do love a good duology myself.
Yeah, duologies are nice.
They're nice.
I like when there's more than 3 books.
Oh, dang.
Actually, I don't. I'm not that kind of person.
You don't read a lot.
Yeah.
I do find...
Lord of the
No.
Rings is like 6 books.
Yeah.
If it's split into 6.
I find in trilogies, my favorite book typically is the second book.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same.
It's where all the good stuff
It's just
happens.
a lot of stuff happening.
Yeah. Because, like, I guess the third book can be very cathartic because you get, like, the ending and everything wraps up.
Third book tends to be bloated at the end.
Yeah, definitely.
It just tends to be a lot of denouement.
Hmm.
Denouement.
Yeah. Whereas, like, the middle book is just, like, rising action. I mean, like, it has its own arc, typically, but, you know, for the story as a whole, it's a lot of rising action. I scared myself today. I was watching too many creepypastas on YouTube while I worked. I got freaked out and I had to turn on all the lights because it was kind of a dark day today because it was so rainy. I was like, what if there's a ghost outside my door?
What if there's a ghost? Oh my god.
My brain. I'm like, I literally went in and I was like, this won't be scary. And then,
Malty, can you get away from my sewing
Muffy, can you be a good cat?
Malty, please.
Please?
Please? For us?
Oh, she
Oh,
did.
she
She
did.
left.
Miku now looks at me when I'm like, don't you dare. Like, she looks at me and she will slowly not dare.
Oh, that's good. I thought she was gonna slowly dare.
No, because she knows I'm going to grab the water gun.
True. I wish it was like an actual water gun,
Yeah, that'd be
not
really
just
fun.
like a spritz bottle. I scare myself too in my room by listening to horror stories. It's the worst. Shake my head. Oh, hey, Cole. I've said this before. I wouldn't have started my comic, Siren Crossing, if it wasn't for you guys.
Oh.
Oh! I'm totally emulating Magpie. Oh my goodness, that's so lovely.
Everyone be emulating Magpie. Everyone just loves Magpie except me. I love Magpie.
Magpie's great. What are you talking about?
I don't love working on it.
Guys, I was literally watching Wendigoon today. I was watching a bunch of like the analog horrors that he covered, and I was like, oh my god, this is scary. Even watching someone watch them is scary.
I can't eat gluten, but I couldn't resist for Thanksgiving.
Oh no.
Did you guys... So it happens on a Thursday?
Yeah.
That's weird.
And then most people take like the Friday off. Is the Thursday like a stat holiday? I think it is. But obviously lots of businesses don't.
Sorry, I'm just
care.
used to being on a Monday, so I'm really confused with you people. I'm like, what do you... I'm like, oh, Thanksgiving weekend, and that means on Monday it's probably Thanksgiving, but no, it's
Nope.
the Thursday. That's weird.
That's the Canadian way. We have Thanksgiving Monday in
Yeah.
October.
Yeah. Yeah, it's usually around my birthday. So I was like, oh, okay. Okay, so that makes sense. I was like weirdly annoyed with everyone because I didn't understand how the American holiday works. I'm like,
Confused and angry.
yeah. I was like, it's a Thursday. Like, why are you talking to me? Why do you guys keep wishing me a happy Thanksgiving?
See, I wouldn't have known that, except I work with a bunch of Americans.
Oh, that means I missed it in Animal Crossing, which doesn't matter because I don't play Animal Crossing, but it's still
Yep. You missed it. In
Turkey
Animal
Day. Stream has become the cursed Sunday teacher fan club. What?
What?
Listen, I just yeah. Oh yeah. It must. That's probably where everyone is. They're probably doing Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's a holiday right now.
They're probably with their families instead of me.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
What a terrible.
And then you guys are all confused because we're doing nothing.
I know.
You're just like, what are you guys doing? And I'm like, it's not Thanksgiving, you dodos.
I was trying to tell Bones, I was like, we should do the stream on. We should just do everything on Saturday because everyone's busy. And he was like, no. Thursday.
You never said everyone was busy. Well, you did. You said it like an hour before the stream, and I was like, no. We already posted the thing, and I'm autistic, and we made
Fair.
a plan, and
That's
we're
fair.
gonna do it.
We did make a plan.
Okay.
Merry Turkey Day, moose friends. Consume pie. Oh, I want pie.
Oh man.
Let's get a pie.
Oh, I should finish off my apple
Oh, we
crisp.
should eat the apple crisp.
It's like enough for one person. I'm sorry.
I guess we're gonna have to fight to the death over it.
I'm having it.
Fine. Perfect way to spend the evening. Oh. My goodness. My goodness gracious. What a day.
Oh, what a cute pigeon.
They're all cute.
That's true. Oh, he's trained to wear pants, Ursula.
Oh, I love him.
His name is Watermelon.
Aw. What a sweetheart.
Aww.
Oh, we got mice yesterday.
Oh, we did. I forgot.
Yeah, we
I
went on
bought
an
new
adventure.
mice. Yeah.
They're really cute. Do you want to tell them their names?
There's Lump and Snowflake. Yeah, that's their names.
What's their names?
It's nice and Christmassy.
Yeah. Well, I was like, how is Lump Christmassy? And he was like, it's like a lump of coal. I was like, why not call her Coal? And he was like, no, Lump.
I just prefer the name Lump. Lump is a good name for a mouse.
It is. It is. Snowflake's a cute name for a mouse, too. Snowflake is really cute. She's all white and she's got little gray spots. And her little ears are gray. The rest of her head is like white. She's really adorable.
How do you overcome arts/writer's hesitation? You jump. I don't know. Lump, I love that. I would show you them, but like I haven't really interacted with them tons. They're tiny, like they're the size of like a finger right now.
They're really small.
They're super small.
Feet.
I should try and hand feed them.
Yeah, to overcome like hesitation, you just gotta
Stop
just do
hesitating. Yeah.
do it. It does help sometimes if you're like, well, I'm gonna do this and I'm not gonna show anyone. Like, lie to yourself. Or like have someone hold you accountable. Like bring in a trusted person or friend or like an online community or something. Like a writing group or an art group or something. And just say like on this day I'm going to have X amount of work done. And then they'll hold your feet to the fire and make sure you do it.
Mm-hmm.
That can be helpful.
These are my... I've seen that post somewhere.
I will pay to see that fight. Our fight to the death over Apple Crisp. This time next month, I will have a completed something. Good. You better. I'll hold you to that. Did you put pictures on your Instagram?
No, I didn't. I have other mice, but I haven't posted these ones yet.
New babies. Then we went out into the terrifying country roads that have no light.
Yep.
To go get them. Super creepy. Felt like we were driving through like a horror video game. Because all there was like my
my GPS sent us to our old house.
Right. It's like, are we going the right way? Because I started seeing names that like looked like our old place. But like we were on country roads, so I didn't.
I was sassing her.
I didn't know. And he was like, "Don't ask questions." And I was like, "Are you sure we're going to the right place?" And then it said like,
she did this at the very last moment. She was having this conversation in her head quietly.
Yeah, because I trusted you.
Well, I'm glad I trusted me too.
Yeah.
My phone just wanted to go to our other home.
It said, "Take me to my true home."
Take me back to Kitchener, please.
I'm graduating next month. Hell yeah!
Good job.
Congrats. 10 out of 10.
It's a lot of work.
That is. I'm proud of you.
Not the actual graduating, it's pretty easy, but like getting to the point of graduating, that's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. It can feel like pulling teeth.
I'm sure it's easier with all this, you know, you just grab a piece of paper and you go, booyah.
We're good. I'm sure that's how it goes. Welcome to Silent Hill. No, that was the day we moved to our new place. Like the last night, because we took a few days to like move all our stuff. And the last night, we like piled the remaining stuff into a van. And we drove on the 401 to get to our new place where we live now. And it was the worst fog I've like seen in a long time. Like it was impossible to see the road ahead of you. Someone had their like hazards blinking. And so when you have your hazards on, like they were probably just trying to be like seeable in the fog because it was so dense. But when you have your hazards on, you can't tell when they're signaling. So they just started changing lanes right in front of me and almost clipped the van. Because I didn't realize they were coming over until they were like right in front of us. But anyways, we made it home. I drove slowly and carefully after that.
Got so fast. We go vroom vroom.
Boom boom. Just up your draw distance. Yeah, you're right. Sorry. Why didn't I think of that? Is this another magpie moment? There's been so many times where I've been driving and going into a horror IP. It's a different magpie moment. The other magpie moment was Monday?
Yeah.
No, last Monday. Yeah, last Monday.
Yeah.
Where I drove home and it was snowing like crazy and I almost died.
It was spooky.
I almost drove off the road.
Just because she was scared. She wanted to go.
Exactly. I called Bones and he pulled me out of Pinewood.
Yep.
All that to get our cats some dang dinner.
Ding dangle dinner.
Ding dang dinner.
All right. We did it. We streamed an
made it.
extra 30 minutes for you guys.
Yeah. Aren't you grateful?
Yeah, you better be.
Anyways, I hope all of our American friends have a good Thanksgiving. Eat lots of pie and good food.
No.
And we'll see you guys on Saturday. Goodbye.